Thanks for joining me. So today I want to talk to you about something that I find pretty near and dear to my heart, and it's all about creating a legacy. Now it can look a lot of different ways, and it can be done in a lot of different areas. So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit though and talk about, again, if you've watched my other videos, you probably see a theme here, but the idea of the oak tree, right? It started at the little acorn, grew up through a sapling into a young tree, and eventually it matures and starts producing acorns. But that's a long journey for that oak tree. 20 to 30 years sometimes before it produces any fruit, the acorns to help create future trees. So during that time when it's not producing the fruit, there's two views of the tree. One view is it's not really producing anything, so it's just kind of a tree, all right? So that's one way of looking at it. But the other is, what is it providing while it's still going through the growth stage, while it's still maturing? It's providing shade. It's providing a place to play for children, right? Those limbs, those are great natural monkey bars for the kids to climb on and swing on. It's also providing a place to live for different animals, for different insects. And unfortunately, it also provides food by those insects and animals eating those leaves, right? So maybe you don't want that to happen if it's your tree, but it still does. So all of these things are going on before it ever produces a single acorn, before it produces any fruit. So in your life, I'd like to challenge you to reflect and look at your life and see how you view what you're doing, right? Do you have blinders on that look at yourself as far as, I'm not really contributing much. I'm not producing the kind of results that I want in life. So yeah, this is just kind of where I'm at. And in my experience, if somebody has those blinders on, there's not a lot of joy there. There's not a lot of celebration. And so the thing that I would encourage you to look at is, how are you like that tree, right? So on your personal development journey, on that greatness journey, there's a lot of different levels that you're going to go through. Okay, so part of that is going to be not really producing the fruit, the results that you want, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, because we all go through these different stages. Right? And you can leave a legacy in a lot of different ways. Okay, so along that growth journey, in the beginning, it's probably going to be all about you, right? What's in it for me? How am I growing? What am I getting out of this? Okay, you're going to find coaches and mentors to help you grow, and that's okay. That's the beginning steps. That's the beginning process of finding that greatness in your life, finding those the path that you want to go on. Eventually, you're going to grow enough that you can provide a little bit, right? You can provide a little bit of that shade, kind of like that tree, and you're going to start to create an area that other people can come to for additional support, right? They're going to look to you to see what kind of path you're blazing. Whether you know it or not, you're probably inspiring some people around you, coworkers, family members, friends, and that is going to start to create some momentum in their lives and in your own life. And again, I challenge you to take those blinders off and be aware of what's going on around you, because it's a pretty important part of the journey. It allows that celebration to start to come in, that joy start to come in. Now, eventually you're going to become strong enough that, kind of like the tree and the limbs that the kids can climb and play on, you're going to be doing the same thing, right? You become a ladder for others to support them as they start to grow and develop and start their own journey of discovering that greatness in their life. And that's a very important part, right? It's that ripple effect that's starting to spread out further than what you might be able to see. And then eventually, as you mature in your journey, it's not the end, but as you mature, you start producing additional fruit, additional acorns in the example of the tree. And in my life, I think of it as producing future leaders, right? That's what I'm looking to do. I want to create people who can inspire and lead others. And so whatever that looks like in your life, it starts to happen on your journey further down the road. Once you really kind of settle in and accept your greatness and you start to really attract the joy and have a lot of fun, that's what's going to happen, right? You're going to start to create the success in your life, which helps other people achieve the success in their life. And when you can soak all that in and really just embrace that and celebrate that, the amount of joy in your life is going to be limitless, and it spills over into all the different areas. So I encourage you to take that first step, move forward on your journey, and just be aware, right? Drop those blinders and be aware of what's happening around you and celebrate all the little steps along your journey. Hey, thanks again for joining me, everyone. Be sure to follow me on social media under Legacy Coaching Plus to help support you on your journey to be more, better, different.